What's going on, people? We're back in my fat palatial living room. Gonna show off some game pickups that I got. Kind of never done one of these before, so I figured I'd do it. I picked up some video games. As some of you know, I'm a collector. I've kind of retired from collecting because it got too fucking expensive. And if you watched my video or maybe videos on my video game cabinet, you know how full it is. Well, it's even fuller now. And I got to find where I'm going to put the ones that I'm about to show you guys. I literally have zero room in my video game cabinet. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm just going to have to just shove them in there and say fuck it. All right, first up we have Double Dragon for the Sega Master System. The guy said it was very good on eBay, but it's got some scuffs and marks in the box. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is right there. And then the actual cartridge, the label is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of bubbly right there. Yeah. I don't know. The guy, the eBay seller failed to mention all that in the description. He left it up to the pictures, which the pictures were kind of vague. It's like he did like one of these numbers, like a picture like that. He didn't do a picture like that to show the top. He just did like a picture like that. Kind of deceptive. But I paid fucking $38 for this damn thing, and I might send it back. Yeah, I'm being picky, but I like my games to be in pristine condition or close to it. So I don't know. I've got like 27 or 25 days to return it. It's a 30-day window. I got it a few days ago. So yeah, much better than the not the SNES, the NES version. The NES version was only one player, or maybe it was two players, but not co-op. This one is two players co-op, and it's pretty much the arcade game scaled down to 8-bit. Kind of like a D-make, if you will. Next up, we have Castlevania, Lords of the Shadow. I have never played this one before. I don't think it's really canon because I think like Trevor Belmont becomes Dracula, which isn't like canon at all. You know, the Belmonts are normally fighting Dracula, not becoming Dracula. So yeah, got this for like, I don't know, $20, I think, off eBay, something like that. Maybe 25, I don't know. And we have Valkyrie Revolution. This was only like $16 on eBay, so I figured, fuck it, I'll get it. It's brand new, it's sealed, it's unopened. I'll buy it. And you're probably wondering, it's like, well, Jeff, that's a PS3 and a PS4 game. Well, what about PS5? Well, I don't have a PS5 because they're fucking expensive. They're like $700, and then you got to buy the fucking disc drive on top of that. So for now, I'm sticking to my PS3 and my PS4. Taito Legends. I did not even know this existed until I was watching an AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd video, and he mentioned this in the video, and I was like, I'm an old schooler. I grew up in the days of arcades, and this shit was in the fucking arcades back in the day, so I was like, yeah, I gotta have it. Went on eBay, found a great copy. Not too much is going on with it as far as like wear and tear. It's great. And then I decided, well, there's another one. So I got Taito Legends Part 2. Duh. And This one has more games. Let's see, over 35 games. And let's see, this one has 28 games. But it's weird. This one is on a CD, and this one is on a DVD. So I guess like the extra like 7 games, 29, 6 games, I can't do math. Put it over the 700 megabyte mark, and they had to put it on a DVD. And now we have Clock Tower Part 2, which is actually Clock Tower in America. See, we didn't get the first Clock Tower. We got Clock Tower when the second one came out, and they called it Clock Tower. Kind of like with Final Fantasy. We didn't get Final Fantasy. Our Final Fantasy 2 is actually Final Fantasy 4. And our Final Fantasy 3 is actually Final Fantasy 6. I don't know why I did that shit, but anyway. This is Clock Tower 2 Japan, because I already have the American equivalent of this. So I figured, hey, why not get the Japanese version too, even though I have no idea what any of this says. I don't speak Japanese. I can't read Japanese. But, you know, it's just like part of the collection. So, Clock Tower 2, Japan. Clock Tower 2, Japan, the greatest hits. Actually, it's called PlayStation the Best. So I was like, yeah, this was like $15. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll get it. You know, I'll have both of them. And I now actually have all the Clock Towers except the Japanese version of Clock Tower 3. I'm probably going to buy it. I've got a few of them on my eBay wish list. I'm probably going to buy it, but I don't know. It's not really a good game. It's not really canon. So I don't know. I do have the US version, or the NTSC version, American version, US, Canada version, whatever the fuck. I do have that. It's in the video game cabinet. I don't know if I've shown it off before, but yeah, I've got it. So I have Clock Tower 2, and I have Clock Tower Ghost Head, which is actually Clock Tower 3. Yeah. But it's called Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within. And yeah, I've got that in the video game cabinet too. And so I figured, why not get the Japanese version? I mean, why not? Just to complete my the set of Clock Tower games. I have all of them now, but the Japanese Clock Tower 3. And then finally, we got the first Clock Tower in the form of Clock Tower Rewind. So this one right here actually completes my set, unless I buy the Japanese Clock Tower 3, which I probably will, just to have all of them. So I've got Clock Tower, and then I've also got this on the PlayStation, but it's not the Rewind. It's just Clock Tower. They like re-released it for PlayStation. I've got that too. It's also in the video game cabinet. But I've got all the Clock Towers now, and it's a really good franchise. It's like probably, you know, in my top 20, top 10 favorite video games of all time. Except the third one. The third one, it was all right, but I mean, it just, I don't know. It wasn't really Clock Tower. And, you know, Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within, which is the US equivalent of this, it kind of was Clock Tower, but not really. There really wasn't a Scissor Man. But it was still, you know, point and click. Whereas Clock Tower 3 is more of like Resident Evil style. You walk around and, you know, do stuff like that. Alright, well, now I gotta find out where I'm gonna put everything in my video game cabinet. And just for reference, I mean, like I said, I have no room. Clock Tower is in there somewhere. This is the PlayStation side. I don't know exactly where it's at. That's all the Final Fantasies. I don't know where Clock Tower and Clock Tower 2 are in there, but they're in there somewhere. I got Xbox and 360 and PS3 up here. I've got PlayStation 4 all over the fucking place. I mean, that's probably the most games I have is for PlayStation 4. I've got Super Nintendo down here. I've got Sega CD. I've got Sega Genesis back there. More PlayStation 4, more PlayStation 4, some more PlayStation 2, and more PlayStation 4. But yeah, it's gonna be a challenge getting those games in there. I might have to put some down here where out of place, which I don't like doing. I like keeping PlayStation 2 with PlayStation 2. PlayStation 1 with PlayStation 1, Xbox with Xbox, and, whatever. But, yeah, as you can see, the whole fucking cabinet is... I mean, I guess I could, put some stuff down here, but, I mean, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, but those are my video game pickups. This is... been a fun video. I've never really done video game pickups that I know of. I may have years ago back in my video archive queue. But yeah, that's it. And so now I got to figure out where I'm going to put those games that I just showed you. And that's the end of the video because I'm not going to bore you guys with taking stuff out, putting stuff in, to fit it around in there. That's just tedious and, monotonous. So I will see you in the next video.